Hello everyone, it's Mr. Wyman here, and I'm pleased to share with you this poem that is connected with half chicken, and you'll never guess why it's connected to half chicken. Let me go ahead and read it, and maybe you'll figure it out. It's by Jack Prelutsky, and it's called I Sailed on Half a Ship. I sailed on half a ship, on half the seven seas, propelled by half a sail that blew in half a breeze. I climbed up half a mast and sighted half a whale that rose on half a mighty wave and flourished half a tail. Each day with half a hook and half a rod and reel, I landed half a fish that served as half a meal. I ate off half a plate, I drank from half a glass, then mopped up half the starboard deck and polished half the brass. When half a year had passed, as told by half a clock, I entered half a port and berthed at half a dock. Since half my aunts were there and half my uncles too, I told them half this half-baked tale that's half entirely true. So I want you to think about some of these questions. Ready? And then I'll go over the answers. First of all, what is this poem all about? Like, what is it telling you? Also, who is doing the telling? Who is the speaker of this poem? And what can you tell about this person? That they're probably a little bit silly, right? Also, what is the message of the poem? What is it trying to get across? See if you can figure out what the point of view is, like first, second, or third person. So all of these things, all these questions and ideas are things that you should apply to any text that you read. But I want you to give it a try with this particular poem, and I'll give you the answers in a little bit. And then there's just some structural things about poetry in general. If you remember, a stanza would be like a paragraph within a poem. And this particular poem is a little bit interesting because there are, believe it or not, 3 stanzas. Right here, there's a break between the first and second stanza. And something that it's a little bit tricky to understand is that this second stanza is actually broken up. There's 4 lines, and lines are literally the line of text, and then it breaks here. So this would be a line, and then this would be a line right here. So these 4 lines are actually connected with these 4 lines, even though they're on 2 separate pages in this book. And I love the illustrations and everything, and they did that just to be able to make it look symmetrical. But it is a 3-stanza poem. And the reason I know that is because these 4 lines and these 4 lines are connected in the same topic. So what do I mean by topic? Well, if you look at this whole first stanza, the whole thing has to do with one main idea. And that is, it's like just an introduction to what the speaker is doing. The speaker is sailing. He's sailing around the world. Half of the 7 seas, he sees a whale, there's waves and that kind of business. So it's kind of like an overview of what the speaker is doing. The second stanza has to do with what a typical day of this half sailor is up to. They go fishing, they catch a fish, they eat a fish, they drink from a glass, and then they mop the deck and polish the brass. So those are kinds of the things that they do. And all 8 of these lines are connected within that topic, that main idea. And then the third and final stanza, this one stands alone in that finally the sailor is all done his sailing. And he is now ready to stop sailing and has gone to the marina and has docked the boat. And here's a really great vocabulary word, berthed, B-E-R-T-H-E-D. That would be a homophone spelled differently from birth. How do you know that berthed means to like park a ship? Well, you might know what a dock is, And if you entered with your sailboat a port would be like a marina, a place where you park ships, and berthed at half a dock, what would you be doing at the dock? Well, basically like tying up your boat so it doesn't drift away back out to sea. And there was another really great vocabulary word over here. The word is flourished. What does flourished mean? Well, if you back up and read the sentence, I climbed up half a mast, that would be this right here, and sighted half a whale that rose on half a mighty wave and flourished half a tail. What could flourished mean? It means to show, right? To show off even. So here's the half a tail of this whale that's riding this gigantic wave, or I guess it would be half a wave. I hope you enjoyed this poem. You're going to be using this poem in your written response in connection with half chicken. You are to say what from the poem and what from half chicken tells you that they are not true stories. So what could you use from this to explain that this couldn't possibly be a real person doing real actual things? Make sure that you use evidence from the text, talk about the poem a little, talk about the story a little, provide some details, and this ought to be a few sentences, not one, a few. Good luck.